Coming up this time, I take a hacksaw to Nimrodel. We have a cold dip in Wick. And we finally reach Orkney. Unfortunately, I have to start this from Sinclair's Bay, as I managed to lose all the footage, leaving Peterhead at next anchorage, beating across, having some great time in some windy and lumpy conditions again, as seems about usual for this trip so far. But we had a night in Sinclair's Bay and then decided to go into the Wick, let some weather pass through. We didn't want to wait till late, I wanted to get in there reasonably early, so we decided to go out, wind over tide, and have a play about in the nice lumpy sea. And we had great fun, nice and rolly. Sadly the autopilot decided it didn't like it, but I found out why later. Alright, you're being recorded.
This definitely isn't my favourite type of sailing.
He's fibbing.
It's quite rolly. It's quite a nice position.
So after our interesting stay in Peterhead, we left with little wind, with the forecast saying it should build up a bit later. Ended up having to motor until Rattree Head when the wind finally began to pick up, allowing us to sail nice and gently all the way to Sandend Bay up here where we anchored for the night. Nice little anchorage. Very sheltered. From Sandend Bay, come back. So the next day from Sandend Bay, we made our way to Sinclair's Bay, avoiding the wind farm here. But what should have been an easy sail, the wind decided not to do what was forecast. So we had a good sail up until the point where we turned here, but rather than the wind coming back around like it was forecast to, it decided to go the other way. So we ended up beating all the way around, and by the time we got off Wick it was beginning to come back round, allowing us to beat into Sinclair's Bay and again anchor up for the night.
And Mummy stayed in the aft cabin most of the day.
Yeah, it got quite lumpy, quite rolly, and to remind myself of the wind speeds, there you go, maximum true wind speed 28 knots and the average for the whole trip was 14. Considering we didn't have a great deal for the first several hours, yeah, that was windy. So the next day left Sinclair's Bay, beating with wind over tide, making a nice lumpy sea around here, and into Wick. Right, we're in Wick Marina, waiting for some wind to pass, and we have an issue with the steering. This bushing here has swollen and is gripping the shaft for the emergency tiller steering and making it pretty stiff to turn the wheel. This collar is mild steel and has rusted and swollen, and I cannot get it off the shaft. So today's job is to cut this off, get this out, make a new one of these, and make the steering work nice and smooth again. And before I do too much, I may go to the ironmonger's and get a new blade. This one's quite blunt. Oh, it's killer.
Two ready to cook.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't bring them in here. There's metal plates and all sorts around. How many are you doing?
I think I'll do 10.
Yeah.
Sorry.
While I'm cutting this off, Jacob is trying to make crisps. Hey! Right. Idea is relieve some pressure, get it to twist a bit, drop it down, drop the whole lot out, take it off the top and make a new one. I really don't want to cut another slot up the back of it. I wonder. Right. New plan. Halfway there. Finally! It's hard work, but we're finally out. And now you can see all that corrosion. That's why it wouldn't move, wouldn't turn properly. Well, I got a little engrossed in things and forgot to record, but we now have a new wedge up here to hold this in the right angle to give us a good run on the shaft. New bush, new collar rather than that big metal thing that I cut off. And finally, if we look underneath here, new bump stop. Because the bump stop that was on there before, turns out it was some bits of pipe that somebody had cut up and taped together. So now I can move it really, really easily. That took loads of effort before. And the wheel, you can stick a finger in it, spin it, and it will just keep going. floating.
Nice. I think I could wade. No?
You went up to that bit. Okay, we have a little update for you. As I've shown before, the autopilot RAM has been playing up. I've stripped that down twice, and let's just say it needs a lot of work. So we've bitten the bullet, we've ordered a new autopilot full system, and the parts have just started arriving. This is a big aluminium plate ready for the new RAM because the new one's longer. So I'll do a little installation and removal video just to bore you all to death. So enjoy. Well, Jacob's just run up and said he's got a plan as well. So here he is. Just gonna sit down.
I might need to sew it in the V-berth, but we need clips that go onto the top of the wood on the shelf, at the side of these shelves, and some string that goes round them and onto my rope practice bit.
Oh yeah.
And some that go on the bottom of that wooden bit to go round my microscope, and some string to go round to clip onto them and go round that as well.
So what's this for?
Holding them in place when we're sailing.
Right. I think I might have to take the camera up to the V-berth and you'll have to describe it once you're in there. Right. Welcome to Jacob's V-berth with far too many toys. Okay. We can't see. Hang on. Yeah, explain your plan.
Some bits that clip onto the board, like these bits.
Yeah.
Probably with a hook going over the top.
Yep.
With some string that goes round and this and on the board.
So it'll hold things to the side so they won't fall across.
It'll hold things to the side so they won't fall.
Right.
Same for this, but underneath. For this one, underneath. For that one on top.
We have a plan? Do we have a plan?
Yes. We have a plan.
We have a plan. Get close to that boat up to the side there. Excuse me, I'm talking to the autopilot.
There are a lot of good walks in Wick. One goes along the south coast past a swimming pool that fills up when the tide comes in, called the Twinkie, which has a wall that's broken, and then back round past a castle. And there's another swimming pool that fills up when the tide comes in, that's on the north side, which doesn't have anything broken on it.
The North Baths.
North Baths.
Did we do anything there?
We had a swim there, and before that, I had a paddle.
Good fun, wasn't it?
Just,
And we walked along the north side as well, didn't we? To the sewage works and back.
just.
Take two then.
Why is there a carrot just on the sofa?
Why is there a carrot on the sofa?
I don't know. It fell over.
Well, we appear to have a carrot on the sofa. We've had 16 days in Wick. We've repaired the emergency tiller bracket. It had rusted and swollen and the wheel was getting really stiff. We were going to leave after about a week, but the autopilot decided not to work. So rebuilt that twice and ended up replacing the entire system. Big dint to the budget, but at least we can steer again, and it's working now. So, great place, I definitely recommend it, but I'm pleased to be on the move again. And there's a wind line, and I really want that wind line to, 10 knots would be nice. Get the sails up at last.
After 16 days in Wick, we are now heading to the Orkneys, and we'll possibly see the Orkney Highland Games. It's a lovely day, and hopefully we'll get some wind.
If nothing else, we'll get sunburn. No engine, long last. We've just had a little bit of fun. We had to start motoring again part way across the Pentland Firth because the wind died. Looked over the back 20 minutes later and there's white steam. No water coming out of the exhaust, no water coming out of the little fiddly bit on the side of the boat. So we stopped that pretty sharpish, didn't we, Jacob? You took watch, dived below, pulled everything apart, water at the raw water strainer, water at the impeller housing, threw it all back together, started the engine up again, and we got water. So hopefully we had not long prior to that passed through a pretty weedy patch. So hopefully it's just weed stuck on the intake. We'll find out later when we start it up to anchor again. But we have wind, we are purely sailing once more.
When I've been looking at the places to go when we get here on the road, I didn't look for it when we were in Wick. It's an option.
Oh, to St Margaret's Hope?
Yes.
Alright.
St Margaret's Hope. I did a route to it.
Little update for everybody. We have Duncansby Head, Stromer, Hoy, a boat. Somewhere over there is an island I've forgotten the name of. Swona. We have there South Ronaldsay, Muckleskerry and Little Skerry. And we've just about run out of wind again. Jacob, having fun?
Yes.
One more thing you may find interesting. I'm hoping you can see that. So we are pointing to South Ronaldsay and we're going to hit Swindon. So we've had a pleasant but too long stay in Wick. We've finally left this morning, motored out, got the sails around Sinclair's Bay and sailed or motor sailed all the way. Reached middle of the Pentland Firth around Slackwater, but we're on spring tides, so it picked up pretty sharpish. Around past the battery on Hoxahead, which looks very interesting, might have to go there, and into St Margaret's Hope, where we are currently anchored. So we'd just like to say thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like to help out the channel, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one.